Man, banks love their little gotcha moments, don't they? Overdraft fee. You missed a payment? That's a fee. Processing fee for what exactly? Like for printing the receipt? Come on, man. Chime gets it. Every dollar counts. Set up direct deposit and suddenly there are no monthly fees, no maintenance fees. Payments can even arrive up to 2 days early. Folks, that's not banking. That's a head start. Learn more at chime.com/Dan. Things happen, right? Life happens. What are you going to do about it? Well, guess what? Chime offers free overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases. Over $30 billion already spotted to members. And with 47,000 fee-free ATMs, more than the top 3 national banks combined, access is everywhere. Could have used this when I was younger. Work on your financial goals through Chime today. Open an account in 2 minutes at chime.com/Dan. That's chime.com/Dan. Chime. Feels like progress.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Spot me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs. Bank ranking and number of ATMs according to U.S. News and World Report 2023. Chime checking account required.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
Comcast is committed to bringing access to the internet to all Americans, including rural communities across the country, like Sussex County, Delaware.
We were being left behind. Everybody around us seemed to have internet, but we did not. High-speed internet is one of those good things that we needed to help us move our farming, our small businesses, our recreation forward.
Learn more about how we're bringing our next generation network to more people across the country at ComcastCorporation.com/investment in America.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings,
Why are you listening to this show?
the podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Mike Ryan is in position. Greg Cody is indignant that he's never won one of these. Greg Cody is also very confident about being able to beat Mike Ryan in the soup-off. Mike Ryan, and I should say this more often than I do, the Elser has been a really spectacular sponsor and partner on everything we do here, and Mike Ryan is presently in one of their rooms, which has a kitchen. This place is always sold out with people coming from all over the world because they want to live, see the views off the bay, and right now, Jeremy Taché is in the kitchen with Mike. But Billy, why are you making faces?
Well, I mean, we're having a competition, and it seems as though one competitor may have an advantage, at least in terms of time, because I see the other competitor still sitting here. So I don't know if the fix is in or what's going on here, but one person seems to be cooking while the other one seems to be here, which would appear to the untrained eye as a disadvantage to one.
Well, Billy, indignant on behalf of Greg Cody.
How is it a disadvantage for Greg?
I mean, have you ever watched a cooking show, a baking show? Do they say, you know what, contestant number 2, you go sit over here in the corner for a second while we give someone else a head start? Yeah. Have you ever watched a race? Have you heard of the Olympics?
You know
Does
what?
someone get a head start in the Olympics? No.
I've never watched cooking shows. I don't care about cooking shows.
Do you eat? How do you live?
I will tell you.
Sustenance? Ever heard of it?
Common sense would tell me that Greg is sitting here and he gets to watch what Mike is doing or not doing, and that's an advantage for Greg.
Let me ask you something. You like hockey when the Panthers are good, right?
What does that have to do with cooking?
I'm just... you have a simple mind, so I'm trying to explain it in terms you understand.
Go on.
You like hockey when the Panthers are good. Have you ever seen a hockey game where the Panthers are still on the bench and they give the puck to the other team and they say, you go and you play around with it a little bit first?
Okay, you know,
and
hockey
then you
has
say,
a clock,
you know what?
right?
This is actually a great advantage for the Panthers because they get to see what the Devils are doing
You know,
today.
hockey has a clock, right?
Yeah, so does cooking.
Is there a clock in the soup competition we're
Do you know
doing?
you cook? A stove has a clock.
Show me the clock.
You put something in.
I'll
You
see the
say
clock.
400 degrees, 25 minutes. How are you alive?
Let me know where the clock is.
Billy ain't wrong.
Thank you, Greg.
Billy ain't wrong. Mike
Greg.
has an appreciable head start here, but you know what? My confidence is supreme, like Diana Ross. My confidence is supreme. So I'm not worried about it, but Billy ain't wrong.
Okay, but what Billy has done here is now, as if I haven't lost enough manpower
The fix
here.
is in.
He sent you out of the room when I still have to do, as Zaslow pointed out to all involved, hey, this is live. We do not a whole lot of people do this kind of stuff or try this stuff live.
That's right.
Because there are dangers in doing it live. But go ahead, Greg, I don't need you anymore. I did want to have a dolphin discussion with you that I think is the last remaining one that is interesting, that takes this all one notch further.
Go ahead.
Well, Billy has been making fun of me, okay, because, and he's been making fun of me for now years about this, because the Tua thing with the head stuff is so unprecedented. Troy Aikman just did the documentary here where he says he doesn't remember playing in the NFC Championship game because we were so primitive at one time that he had 4 concussions in 14 months, and he just doesn't even remember playing in the game. The thing that this game has that none of the other games have, on top of laughingstock, and you thought the Patriots looked back. Yeah, they did, but the Dolphins are the one that everyone's laughing at. This is what is being said. I became a doctor on television, like I'm interviewing. The thing that Billy's been making fun of me about is that we immediately got out of bed in the middle of the night, and I'm live interviewing the doctor.
Some wrestler is what you were talking to.
Chris
that guy.
Nowinski?
Yeah, please.
Oh, my God. This guy sits around,
Thank you.
waits to pounce on head injuries.
Yeah.
Guys, honestly, hoping for head injuries so someone can go talk to him.
That's what it seems like.
If we're honest, he's hoping for concussions.
He watches sports hoping for head injuries.
Exactly right.
Yes, he does.
As soon as someone goes down, he goes, and he starts doing that thing with the little fingers that he goes like this. Zaz is right. He does this thing, or he does the thing with his pinkies like this.
I envision him doing this.
He goes,
Yes.
Like Gargamel.
another one for me.
Okay, totally unfair to him. I like him, but Billy's been making fun of me.
Yeah, you would.
I got to talk to him now and bring him on so we can ask him.
Why do you have to?
Because I was supposed to make. It's a long story. I owe him one because
Get you WrestleMania tickets or something.
Look, the head injury stuff.
Can Mike not open a microwave?
The head injury stuff.
Oh, he's setting a timer. What's that? A clock in a kitchen?
Is that cheating with a microwave?
my
That's
God.
not cheating
What he's
on a
doing.
soup.
Oh, my God. He's taking a shortcut.
Let's go to
Mike
Jeremy
Ryan
here.
using a microwave?
Oh my God! Look at that!
All
I
right,
see.
Greg,
I see a
get
Campbell's
caught
can
up.
right
Greg,
there.
Greg.
This isn't even something he made.
Get caught up. Go ahead. Go in the other room and get caught up.
you
So it's
sure?
a fair. Yes. Go do the soup thing.
Jeremy, talk to us. What's
We'll come
going on
back
here
to
with
the
Mike
dolphin
and this
thing.
microwave?
We are on site at the Great Soup Cook-Off of 2025. Mike Ryan here getting everything situated. Mike Ryan, can you walk us a little bit through your process here?
Yeah, my process is to challenge the palate, make you think differently about soup, and also get the hell out of get out of the way. Get out
All
of the way.
right, so there's a little bit of frustration by the man here.
Why is Rose
He's looking
here?
to be the soup
Rose is in the way.
superstar.
This is
Rose
not
is in the
good.
way as well.
This is not
Yes,
good.
chef.
Yes, chef.
Too many cooks
is
in the
gonna be
kitchen.
a
The camera
pretty
angles are.
intense-
Jeremy, yeah, like everyone, you're surrounded by people who are having trouble
think Greg
getting
was
the
right
right
about the
camera
peppers.
angles. All right, he's at work.
I have no control over the camera angles.
Jeremy,
I just heard Mike say I think Greg was right about the peppers, so maybe there's something going on there.
Jeremy, go ahead and just give me whatever update I need on. He's doing this live now. When is this all going to be ready? When? How soon can we go to people tasting soup? Are we going to be able to do that soon?
I would assume we'll be able to get to it soon, but I'll ask Mike Ryan here. Mike, I don't want to be too many cooks in the kitchen here, but I will ask you, about what time are we going to be able to taste here during this cook-off?
Typically, I like to have my soup settle for about 2 days. That's why I get so many compliments on it, because the flavors blend together. So I'm guessing sometime by Friday.
All right, on Friday, during the local hour, we will be able to taste Mike Ryan's soup. Greg Cody, I imagine, as he heads up here, won't have as much attention to detail, but I know that he will be competing with a fierce effort. We have the challenger, we have the initial competitor. This is the Great Soup Cook-Off.
All right, we can fade him down.
Stop talking.
Palate.
You can't give him a microphone.
It's such douchey lingo.
It's the worst. Like, how do we break him of the habit of being sideline broadcaster guy who uses 70 words where he could use 7? Like, how do we do it? How do we do it? Help me do it.
I don't think we can.
I think me and Zaz are more complaining about just cooking lingo in general. It's so much.
I like the flavor on the palate.
The top of my tongue.
Just talk normal.
Yeah,
taste.
exactly.
It's called taste.
Oh, I let my soup sit for 2 days. Yo, 2-day-old food is gross.
Cook it. Let me taste it.
Exactly right.
2 days.
Uber Eats, ever heard of it? Get that food in 30 minutes. I have to wait 2 days? It's insane.
Chris, is your dad going to lose a fourth one of these on his birthday? Like we might have to rig this thing because the coconut milk is more delicious than anything, and that's like cheating. There's no way your dad's soup is going to be good as coconut milk soup.
We should discuss how we're going to judge this. Yeah. Now, obviously, you'll have a vote, Dan. Zaz, you'll have a vote.
I'm a judge. That goes without saying.
The shipping container as a whole could have the third vote, or we could break it down Billy, me, and Jeremy, and that's 5 of us. So you guys think it should be 5 people voting, or the shipping container is 1 and then you guys, so it's best of 3? How do you think we should do this?
The problem is we know whose soup is what because they told us what they were cooking. So we know
I've already forgotten.
We already have prejudice, as Zaz would say.
We kind of knew with the popcorn and the turkey. Like we've kind of always known all this stuff.
No, turkey was blind. We just knew they're both cooking turkey. This one of them is doing something with coconut.
I don't
the
think
other
we did
one
it
is doing something
blind.
brown.
Regardless, you guys can argue about this
Blind
off
in the
air.
sense that you didn't know whose was what.
Understood. But again, we're down some manpower because you did this, Billy. You sent.
I didn't say let's cook today. You think I was in the, on a digital whatever computer making that soup
You're
thing?
talking about unfair advantages, and now all of a sudden there's 2 of us in here when there should have been 3.
That's right.
How about you take a little ownership?
Do I do the scheduling around these parts? No.
I'm just saying. How about you take a little ownership?
Okay, fine. It's my fault that I think that we should follow the rules and
Constantly
people should
saying
be
things, and you don't care about the repercussions. Here
How
we
so?
are.
How so? How so?
I just
How
explained how so.
How so?
There were 3 of us
so?
here, now there's 2 of us.
Okay. Did I say Greg go cook today? No.
You started complaining about about a competition clock.
I'm a man of, I don't know if you've ever heard of this word, integrity. And when you have a competition, people should have a level footing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take responsibility.
Hey, how about you make the rules when your name's on the show? And it's not on the show yet. Okay, bud?
Jeremy's yelling. Look, who's Jeremy mad at? Chris, why am I looking at a preview in which Jeremy, that's as pissed as I've ever seen him. What
Why
happened,
is Greg
Jeremy?
in there?
What happened?
We've got an unbelievable energy in here. We've got a ridiculous energy. Mike is yelling, oh, God. He's frustrated. He doesn't have the type of heat he's looking for. Greg Cody, what are your thoughts on the panic that you're seeing from the other man in the kitchen?
I mean, he's not disguising it. He is
Does he have
panicked.
to be here?
He is panicked. He says the heat's not hot enough. He's got a burner on high, but look at it. He's panicking, man.
Well, he's certainly feeling the heat up here, Dan. Mike Ryan, what do you say to the accusations that you have an unfair advantage
I don't
from
know.
beginning?
It's either super hot or super cold. I don't understand what's going on with this soap.
Super hot, super cold. Dan, back to you.
For the love of God.
Does Mike have a pack of cigs rolled up on his sleeve?
He cannot help. Throw it back to me in a pukey broadcaster joke way. Like, what? Guys, how do we break him of Billy?
He needs to do like morning TV, honestly. Like Jeremy would be like good as like a morning
GMA.
Not even news, because I think he'd cry because his news would be too sad for him to report. Like he needs to do like the local, like Miami, whatever would be.
We have to break him of these habits. He gets into broadcaster man guy and just forgets that Billy's doing FIU games.
Pause up. Oh, big week, Shula Bowl week, Dan. We can get to that later.
I want to get
Pipple
to
was
it.
tweeting about it. I mean, when Pipple's tweeting about it, you know there's a shift in energy. That 35-0 loss reinvigorated this fan base. I'll tell you what.
God, scored
34-0.
We will go back to the Elser kitchen in a second, but the point that I was trying
Why is Greg in the same kitchen as Mike? That does not seem like the way cooking competitions go, because there's only one stove in there. Like, he should get to I was trying to argue on his behalf and get him some more time. He should get to cooking. He seems to be wasting time.
Imagine that. It's like almost like we planned it out, where Mike would go first, then we would send my dad up there, and then the bowl soups would be ready, and then we would try.
And then guess what happened? Guess why?
What happened?
What happened? He's right behind you.
Billy happened.
Guess how competitions work? They cook at the same time. One goes to one kitchen, the other goes to another kitchen. I don't understand. You guys don't understand cooking competitions? I really don't understand the confusion
Billy, this
here.
is the part. Billy's right about this, but he could have helped in the production to make Mike less panicked in this situation and help our time be better than it was.
Thursday Night Football is back, and it's only on Prime Video. This week, the Washington Commanders take on the Green Bay Packers, with both teams determined to prove their worth. Something's gotta give. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the Commanders and the Packers, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
You know what nobody tells you about being a new dad? It's not just the diapers and the wipes, that's obvious. It's the hidden stuff, the baby swing after we already purchased the other baby swing, the bouncer, the pack and play, the 20 different bottles because apparently my kid hates every single one except the most expensive one, which is the glass, by the way. Don't get me started on late food delivery orders with my wife, and me too tired to even look or cook or think about food. I'm staring at my bank account like, where did it all go? That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's like a financial tool belt for everyone, not just dads. You link all your accounts, your credit cards, investments, even the old stuff from jobs you forgot about, and it lays out in a way that even a sleep-deprived parent like me can actually understand. Normally, money talks are stressful, but with Monarch, we can track everything together, set goals, and actually feel like we're on the same team. Less stress, more clarity, and finally, a plan for our daughter's future. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code DAN at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code DAN.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Don Le Batard.
You are a fool.
You're nobody.
You are an infant.
You
have no thick
nobody
skin.
to me.
No.
I literally put together
Mike
a
Ryan
freaking stage for your toenail.
Nobody
I am your career right now, pal.
No.
Look at me.
No.
I am your career.
No. Stugotz.
You have messed with McDavid, and now you're messing with me, and I'm more dangerous, pal.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Can I just get back to real quick? Because I'm going to end up owing Chris Nowitzki an apology again. Because I will tell you why. Because the things that he's howling on head injuries that are super primitive, and we've been primitive about covering, and now the sport is bigger than it's ever been. We enjoy it more, and nobody wants to talk about concussions. Of course, nobody wants to talk about concussions. In fact, I've told you this story before, and I'm not going to moralize about this too much, but the conflict of interest between John Skipper, the top of ESPN, concussion reporting, NPR, at the very end of what was happening there, at the beginning of us learning about concussions, John Skipper realized he was the conflict of interest between journalism and business, and he's like, yep, ESPN will no longer be doing the concussion reporting stuff that we're doing. I've got to back out of this. I'm the conflict, and I've got to choose business. And America's chosen business. Everywhere, America's chosen business. However, I'm not going to simply forget that 2 times now we've watched Tua in a game and wondered if he should stop playing. And so the conversation I wanted to have with you guys, not the best time during a cook-off, though, when Dolphins podcaster here locally, Chris Hoffman, said, quote, Tua had the worst game I've seen him have in quite a while, and it makes me wonder if the accumulation of injuries and concussions have sped him toward decline. We've generally feared it would be sudden, one more bad hit and it's over, but it could also be more gradual than that. Everything that's happening with the Dolphins, no other team in the sport where everyone gets concussions has that as the centerpiece and what's fair and what's not fair when we're all doctors and I'm in the middle of the night calling the wrestler because I don't understand what I'm covering, and he knows more about head injuries than I do.
Yep, totally not fair, and with zero medical evidence from my vantage point, that right there is exactly what I think is going on with Tua. Again, no empirical data from me sitting on my couch, all right? But that right there is exactly
But are we all doctors now? Like,
No, but it's also irresponsible of a doctor to be diagnosing someone that they haven't seen. Just saying, I think this is what's happening with no, like, viewing of their charts or actually seeing a person.
Jeremy, do you have any thoughts here? I feel like you've been properly chastened.
Oh, break me of the broadcaster habits, break you of the habit of bringing up concussions once a week. I mean, Jesus.
Why are you sad?
Why am I sad?
Yeah. I thought you did great.
Thank you.
I don't think he likes when I critique his broadcasting when he goes into
my job. Isn't that why you sent me up there?
Yes.
Do it more efficiently.
Yes.
It was a good pun.
We have 4 hours of show.
Yeah, we got to fill.
Yeah, but we'll do it. It's fine.
So you call this Chris guy like at night? You guys just talk about concussions?
Middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
Well,
like,
you remember?
You know his wrestling was Harvard Chris or Chris Harvard.
Yeah, he was like a douchey character.
Yeah, who knew?
It's kind of perfect to be our concussion expert, right? And I need to. We're going to need to call him here at some point and have a conversation with him that will that can be more fun than the ones we've been having, where I ruin the fun all the time. Funcussions, yes, funcussions. But you guys are in agreement, right? When I say there haven't been this not in this town, this set of chemicals around something where you're like, oh my God, the whole thing's they can go up in flames on Sunday if somehow they're down 17-3 in the first half.
I think your Wannstedt's last year where he was fired at 0-6. And there was that first game where he switched at halftime. I forget if it was Feely to Fiedler or Fiedler to Feely. I think it was Fiedler to Feely he switched.
But everyone saw it and I didn't,
Right,
Jazz.
right. I think that's a great example, all right? But the difference between that one and this one is not only are we firing the coach, we're also getting rid of the quarterback. Like, the quarterback, by the way, who signed for whatever it was, $180 million. We've never done that combination before after one game.
And by the way, a win this week against the Patriots doesn't solve any of those problems either.
nothing.
That's why I don't think that, the loss is what's going to be like, oh my God, they need to blow up everything. Beating the Patriots doesn't make the team any better than they were after week one, regardless.
Because you know what happens? What are we talking? 5 days later, they're in Buffalo.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we all know how that's going to go.
I have a way to potentially solve all of this for the future of the Dolphins, if you guys would like. But look, you need a coach that has stronger leadership skills. You need a coach that's a little more hard-nosed, maybe defensive-oriented, because obviously the offensive thing isn't working. Wants to move on from Tua. Maybe a guy who actually has coaching experience before could use a second opportunity. I think the Dolphins should probably hire Brian Flores as their next head coach. He seems like the perfect fit. Am I wrong?
No, just the joke would have been funnier as just they should hire Brian Flores next, as opposed to all the preamble.
He painted it, though, so you weren't sure who it could be because you're like, oh, man, that does sound like a great qualification. Who exists out there? And boom, he nailed the dismount with Brian Flores. You know the thing about McDaniel that I think is, like, interesting or telling or whatever is that at the beginning everyone was, like, in love with Brian or with Mike McDaniel.
He's different.
Where it's like, he's different. Oh, look at this kooky guy. Wow, he's so zany. Look at his shoes with tags on them, and he dresses different, and he's so fun, and the players must love to play for him. And then last year's when his schemes kind of were getting exposed, where it was like, oh, people have figured out what he's doing, and there hasn't been any evolution. And then this offseason is really when you started hearing from a lot of the former players, where the former players were all kind of speaking out against him.
Forgive me, Billy. I'm sorry. Mike's yelling at Greg. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay.
It's just they're yelling at each other. Greg, Mike, what happened? Mike, tell me what happened. Why are you yelling at Greg?
Unplug the feed. I don't know.
He says, do you even cook? I don't have a burner. He's dominating the stove.
How's the kitchen?
He's using coconut milk by the look of it. Looks a little bit curdled. I'm just saying.
Curdle you.
Maybe it's not.
Curdle you.
All right. Tell you what, Jeremy could have helped in that situation. There seemed to be some confusion up there. I don't think they can hear what we're saying, so they don't know that we're going to them.
I think Greg could, which was the problem.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, let me try that again, and I'll go straight to Greg. Yes, it seems like you would want Mike to produce this segment, not Greg, but good judgment on his birthday. Let's give him all the gifts. Greg Cody, give us a report, please, on what's happening right now. How soon will he be done? How soon will you start?
I hope he's done soon, because right now I'm just watching him. I'm not able to cook.
Would you stop talking?
Mike is
Would you stop talking?
Mike is in mid-panic. He's still getting over miscutting the red bell pepper. Now he's confronting.
No one likes strips, Greg.
Now he's
no one likes strips.
Curdled coconut milk. He's using the microwave.
Is this your first time using coconut milk? It's always curdled. Is this your first time? Is it your first time? It's your first time.
I hope I get the stove soon.
You don't need
Right
a
now,
phone.
my worthy adversary is dominating.
You pre-made your soup.
can't even get
You're
it.
not an artist.
looking
You're not an artist.
some work, and I can't do it.
No.
He pre-made his soup?
Well, they're just lashing out at each
A little
other.
wordy.
Okay.
Hey, listeners, it's Mike. Hey, Billy Gill.
Hey.
Hey, Billy, as a proud member of your inner circle, remember when we were hanging out last weekend?
Oh, yeah, fishtail palms.
The fishtail palms, the great memories we made, kids playing in the pool, and in our hands, a nice ice-cold can of Miller Lite. Oh, it was so hot out.
I know, but it was so cold in my hand.
We took that first sip. It was crisp. It was refreshing. Oh, man, there is nothing like cracking open a Miller Lite with your crew and your inner circle bones.
Hell yeah. We fist bumped.
Whether it's, we actually really did. Yeah. Whether it's that touchdown.
Didn't make a sound, but it just thought
Bam! Boom! Whether it's that touchdown you didn't see coming or just arguing about fantasy lineups, you and I did plenty of that. Miller Lite has been the taste that you can depend on for 50 years. Brewed for flavor with simple ingredients, rich toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And here's the kicker, Billy.
What?
It's just 96 calories.
What?
3.2 carbs. Per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975 and still hitting different 5 decades later. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Folks, football season is here. It's your season, your shot. The NFL is rolling, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. From first TD scores to anytime props or even the rush of live in-game betting, every snap is a chance to win. New customers, this is for you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use code Dan. That's code Dan to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place just a $5 bet. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
Dan Le Batard.
You owe me everything. You owe me everything.
You have added 10 years to my career.
Yes, I have.
This man has. You haven't.
That man.
Who the hell are
Tell
you?
Stugotz.
I am.
Who the hell are
should be
you?
thanking.
Bullshit.
Me.
You're a rude young man.
You're a fool.
You're a
fool.
I already called you
You're
a fool.
Right
you can't call me a
You're
fool.
an idiot again.
It's a fool off.
You're an idiot twice. You're an idiot for dismissing how much I've helped you.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I want to ask you guys about a different thing before we go back up there, because give me a second on this. I want to get your actual football thoughts on this, okay? The Baltimore Ravens, we have some difficulty, right, in our analysis of who's good, why are they good. The whole thing around Tua is basically we need to know who's responsible for his good. It's a weird thing we do. He's only polarizing because of that, because I'm not sure if he's a system quarterback or what he is. The Baltimore Ravens over the last 25 years have been one of the best organizations in all of sports. If not for the Patriots, the Baltimore Ravens would have one of the real epic stories in that sport right now, because it's a very well-run franchise from back when Ozzie Newsome was picking players for them well. 25 years is a crazy run when you look at what the Dolphins have done comparatively over the last 25 years. And everyone listening to this would say, with certainty, good football team. For 5 years. I know that's a good football team. And then they have this affliction. more than any team in the sport when they've got a 90% win probability at the end of the games. They blow some games you don't see any good teams blow or bad teams blow. They've blown them more than anyone else. I don't think that that's something that they are, but I'd have a hard time making an argument against it because it's happened 9 times to them and it's not happened 6 times to anyone else. Now, it's happened 9 times to them because they're good enough to get that far ahead in some of these games. But the next step I want to take with you guys on what the Ravens are, we all know that's a championship good team, right? And the only thing people question are some mental frailty about Lamar Jackson that I don't think is fair, but he is a lesser performer in the playoffs. And this thing that has to eat up anyone named Harbaugh, that this team can't be trusted at the end of games. And the thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I'm assuming now that we all know that this is a thing about them, you don't think Derrick Henry's weak, right? Like you saw at the end of that game what happened where on 4th and 2, Josh Allen is just running toward a sideline and it bounces here, there, and it's in the end zone. And then Derrick Henry fumbles. That never happens. What's that? None of you listening to this think that Derrick Henry is a choker who's weak at the end of games, right?
Right.
So this thing that plagues the Ravens is not something that I've seen a great team ever get. Like the Bills might lose games and be a laughingstock because they get blown out in the biggest games, but none of you listening to this think that the Ravens are actually weak. You're not allowed to think that, but they've got an affliction here that whether it's real or a part of defining them or not is something unlike anyone else in the sport, and you'd be calling any other team that wasn't this good a choker. You'd say they're mentally frail at the end of the games because there's nothing to be learned from. This has happened to them 9 times now. And do you know how these guys hurt their bodies all week when not just they collided all day, they care about this thing deeply, and at the end they knew they were better and they farted it away. Like the way that week feels, there's nothing to be learned here. This team knows what that feels like. It's all week. It's terrible. Nothing to be learned from we let up on the gas.
Well, nothing to be learned from Derrick Henry fumbled when he never fumbles. And if he doesn't do that, which is a very fluky play, they're going to win that game. It's like if anyone wanted to have Baltimore number 1 in their power ranking, still, after that game, ahead of Buffalo, I'd be like, all right, yeah, I don't really have a big problem with that. Buffalo won because of a fluke. That doesn't mean that Buffalo is better than Baltimore. So if you want but
it's happened 9 times now, though. Where
right.
Where it's happened, where it's Tua doing it one of the times in the fourth quarter to start some of this stuff. This team has a thing. Okay, we analyze the holy hell out of this sport. Okay, we really do, and the margins are ridiculous. It's a foot here. Was that guy's elbow in? It's just nonsense. Okay, this team though is good. It's good the way the Eagles are good, and you all know it's good. There's no question about is it good. The only 2 flaws you can find are, do I want to question the quarterback at playoff time? Because that's what I like to do. And what we now have, which is a sample size that's asinine, Zaz. Give me all the great teams you've known throughout the history of the sport that get up to these giant leads and then have 9 times a 90% win probability and the stain of, no, and that team also blows games at the end in a way that's super weird and doubles up how it happens to even the bad teams in the league.
Lamar Jackson's awesome. The team is obviously really talented. I think over the course of a 60-minute game, when you have that combination of a great quarterback and a really talented team, you're going to win a lot of games. When the game is tight and you're also playing another good team and you get to late in the game, I think that's when, the little things get a little bit exacerbated. Like those little things being there's no room, there's no margin for error the way that there is margin for error over the course of a 60-minute game. And so when Lamar doesn't make big plays at the end of games, or if there's questionable play call as far as running the clock when it comes to Harbaugh, that's stuff that we're not noticing throughout the course of a game because you have the better team normally. If we're late in the game, it is exacerbated and it could wind up costing you the game.
Does anyone listening to this believe that the Ravens are mentally frail at the end of games? What's the accusation you'd make to a team that this keeps happening to if you think it's a part of their DNA? It's happened enough that I'm assuming that most of the people listening to this say this is a problem about the Ravens that they have uniquely that is structural, correct? If it's happening, these games are so important, Zaz. Every last one of them. The difference between home field advantage and no home field advantage is found in a couple of these games that the Ravens have lost. So when they go to Buffalo, Mark Andrews can't catch the ball on the goal line in the cold in Buffalo because they had to be on the road. The margins are asinine. So when I tell you one team has this thing, does the audience believe that that's a flaw that is simply structural to Baltimore? that that fluke is going to happen to them. And at the end of games, at the end of a playoff game, road or home, they now know what's going to happen to them because it happens to them more than it happens to anybody.
Right, and the thing that's happening to them at the end of these games, look, it happens all the time in the middle of the game, but it doesn't have the consequence that it does at the end of the game when then the clock runs out and you're trailing. But for whatever reason, Lamar Jackson, and again, I lump Harbaugh in that category too because we're talking about play calling and clock management there as well, which was not good at the end of the game on Sunday night. I think that then we notice it a whole lot more because then the clock runs out and they've lost.
But it's the same thing with the Bills, right? The Bills, you just always expect it to happen with the Chiefs. And you expect, something's going to happen at the end. They're going to get close, and then there's going to be, an interception, or there's going to be a pass that hits a receiver's hand. Like, both teams have that until they don't have it happen one time, and then they don't have it anymore.
That was Peyton Manning, right? That was Peyton Manning's whole career. He can't win until he finally does. But the difference that I find with the way Buffalo loses these playoff games and the way Baltimore loses these playoff games, Buffalo's not losing these playoff games, and then we look at Josh Allen and are like, wow, he wasn't any good.
Buffalo also, you think they don't have enough, and Josh Allen's lifting all of those pieces.
Josh Allen is great in these games.
Lamar does that too, in his defense. Though he has Derrick Henry now,
But Josh Allen is great in these games, but okay, the other quarterback, he outplayed him. They made the plays at the end. When Lamar Jackson and the Ravens lose in the playoffs, more often than not, we're looking at Lamar Jackson like, wow, he wasn't very good.
The thing with Lamar, too, is Lamar has it happen in the regular season to dumb teams sometimes, too, where it's not like, it's just that he can't get over the Chiefs. It's like, that happened against, the Raiders in Week 13 or whatever. So it just... both teams can solve this problem very easily by just having it not happen in the playoffs
Right, just
once.
one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one time.
You guys say that, though, and I just spent 17 games watching the Chiefs win one-score game after one-score game and be like, well, that's an ability they have, right? If they're doing it 17 straight times.
But it wasn't, because some of them involved field goals going off the crossbar.
But also in these close one-score games that you're talking about here, you have to play mistake-free. And they have a quarterback and a coach who are apparently really good at being mistake-free late in these tight games.
To me, it's really interesting, though. If I polled the audience right now, if I just asked the audience of football fans, what are they saying? This sticks to the Ravens now.
I think they think Lamar Jackson chokes.
Until it doesn't, though. It just takes one for it to not stick.
It takes one what, though?
Overcome it one time.
In the playoffs.
Okay, but what about during the regular season? So you guys are doing it in the playoffs. Matter. Okay, so but if yesterday, if the kick goes wide and the Ravens still win that game, but they choked it at the end, we're probably not having the conversation we're having right now.
No, we'd all be applauding the game the Ravens had.
Yeah, and then it was, that always happens to the Bills. But it was a perfect spot.
But also, you would agree that Lamar Jackson's at the place in his career now where nothing good can come of the regular season. We have to wait until the playoffs, and that's when something good can happen for Lamar Jackson. The regular season
is matter.
Meaningless for Lamar Jackson at this point in his career. Nothing positive can come out of the regular season.
Oh, Greg Cody is in the kitchen now, and he is slicing up with a gourmet's touch. Look at him go. Chris Cody, I've got Chuck Todd here in the preview, and this is the peril of live television, and I've got Greg Cody and Mike Ryan in a kitchen somewhere with peppers. Can I go to them now? Can I go to hear that sizzling pan of cooking and get my payoff at the end of segment because I've got a media company and our audio works?
Let's get the payoff at the start of the next segment.
Right, so I can't do it. Okay.
I bet Chuck thinks I'm good at TV.
Excellent. So I can't do it because our audio doesn't work. Okay, good.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads,
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.